Good morning. Here is today's word of blessings for you. Nehemiah 2:1-6. In the month of Nisan in the 20th year of King Artaxerxes, when wine was brought for him, I took the wine and gave it to the king. I had not been sad in his presence before, so the king asked me, "Why does your face look so sad when you are not ill?" This can be nothing but sadness of heart. I was very much afraid, but I said to the king, "May the king live forever. Why should my face not look sad when the city where my ancestors are buried lies in ruins, and its gates have been destroyed by fire?" The king said to me, "What is it you want?" Then I prayed to the God of heaven, and I answered the king, "If it pleases the king and if your servant has found favor in his sight, let him send me to the city in Judah where my ancestors are buried so that I can rebuild it." Then the king, with the queen sitting beside him, asked me, "How long will your journey take, and when will you get back?" It pleased the king to send me, so I set a time. Today's title is Getting King's Attention and King's Favor. We often try to win someone's attention and favor. It is not necessarily a bad thing to try it. Getting someone's favor can make a big difference in our life, especially he or she plays an important role. What did you do to get the person's attention or favor? What is your suggestion as to who needs to earn someone's favor? We see a spiritual hint in today's passage. Nehemiah was greatly saddened at the news he heard about Jerusalem. Those who survived the exile and were back in the province were in great trouble and disgrace. The wall of Jerusalem was broken down, and its gates have been burned with fire. Like many Jews who were forced out of the city of God, he wanted to see it restored and manifest God's glory. He wanted to return to Jerusalem. But the news he heard made his hope of restoring Jerusalem impossible. But he couldn't give up the hope. Giving up the hope for restoration and return to Jerusalem was like giving up his own life. He knew many expatriate Jews feel the same as he did. He wanted to do something to rekindle the hope. But what can he do? He was just a cupbearer of the king. If only he could get the favor of the king. He might have thought. But how? The king was extremely sensitive about his own security. No one can talk to the king unless the king allows or requests it. Even if he can talk to the king, it seems unlikely that the king would give him a favor. So what made the king give Nehemiah a favor? The answer is God and earnest prayer that moved God's heart. God used the saddened face of Nehemiah to turn the king's eyes to Nehemiah. God gave Nehemiah what to say to the king when the king asked, "What is it you want?" God gave the king and queen the heart of love and compassion toward Nehemiah. At every critical moment that God moved, we see Nehemiah's prayer poured before God. I know this seems a highly spiritual answer for some. Will prayer still work to gain the king's attention and favor? What do you think? I am quite sure that it works from my own personal experiences. I experienced countless favors from many people that could only come from God as I prayed. And if it worked for me, why not for you? Surely, God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. Amen.